Here we go. All right, why junctions matter in your driving test, guys. The major fault that people fail on is actually junctions, and they say it's observations at junctions, and if you've been with me a while now, you know that I regard that as an incorrect identification of the junction that you're coming up to, and not realizing what the dangers are of that junction or how you are affected by what happens on the junction. So that's one of the major reasons why people fail on junctions. I think it has more to do with not recognizing exactly what to do on a junction and how to treat a junction. So what I would say to you at the end of the day is being careful on the junctions is important, but more importantly is knowing what the priorities on the different junctions are. What are the priorities? What is the most important thing you need to look out for? Who has the right of way? And I'm going to be asking you questions around that today. Okay, visibility, timing come together, yes, but again, you need to have a procedure which makes it safe. If you don't have a procedure that makes your thing safe, you'll probably get away with it 70, 80, or even 90% of the time. But it's that 1 or 2% or 10% of the times it's going to become dangerous or it's going to create a major fault. One of the things is hesitancy, talking about struggling to commit safely or wait too long. And what I wanted, and let's assume you are the yellow car and you're coming up to a giveaway line and you've got what we call a staggered junction. What do you think the examiner is going to be telling you or not telling you when you come up to that giveaway line on your test center? Staggered junction to the left like that. You're the yellow car and he wants you to follow the line of the yellow cars that are on the screen at the moment. So in other words, now what would the examiners say? What would the examinees be for you to use that junction? Who wants to see if they know what to do? Yeah, what would the examiner do? You're coming up to that giveaway line. What would he say or do? Right. So if you go there, and what can happen is if you get to that junction, you haven't signaled anything. You haven't signaled left or right. So what have you signaled?
That you're going straight ahead.
And then if you get to the junction and you sit at that giveaway line and you say to the examiner, where should I go?
Then that's a bit like, whoops, you don't know anything much about driving because I didn't tell you I didn't tell you to turn. So obviously you're supposed to be carrying on straight.
Yes, exactly. That's well done. Well done, Maria. The examiner invariably will be testing you to see what you do. So you get to this junction, it is slightly offset to the left or the right. He doesn't need to tell you what to do because you've come to that junction with your no signal on, which essentially means you're going ahead. And ahead in this case is either to the left or to the right. If it is substantially to the left or the right, then you would just simply, if you get to a junction, you don't know what to do and you're approaching a junction, one of the things you can always do is put on your left signal and turn left, but you must do it in time. You can't do it when you stop at the giveaway line because that would be a fault. That would create a fault because you're signaling late. But if you see a junction, you're not quite sure what to do, put on your left signal and turn left. You haven't then made a driver fault, but you might have made a navigation fault, which is not what you would fail for. But if you get there, don't then sit and think which way are you going to go. Find a way to go straight ahead because that's going to be the least possible fault you can make in a junction like this. Yeah, if you haven't signaled before you stop at the junction, you're going ahead. And ahead means at a junction like that is just going straight across the junction. Is that clear to everybody? Okay, so here we go. Now, types of junctions, you obviously have T-junctions. We are going to get to a T-junction sign. I'd like you guys to tell me what the old sign looked like and then point out the new sign. Crossroads are very common in the UK. Normally, crossroads are marked. Staggered junctions we've just looked at, mini roundabouts, lots of mini roundabouts all over the place, and then roundabouts in various forms, open, closed, and open roundabouts, closed roundabouts. Well, let's start at the beginning. Mini roundabouts, open roundabouts, closed roundabouts, and then spiral roundabouts in the last two categories. And then recognize the road layout. Now, if in this case, you can see on the image there, this is an unmarked junction. You are coming down this road and you intend to go straight ahead. That's you. haven't put on your signal. Who has right of way on this junction?
Nobody.
Okay, that's right. So that's exactly the answer. The answer is nobody has the right of way because there are no markings. There are no markings across any of the roads. Therefore, nobody has right of way in this junction. So what you should do is really slow down and be careful of all the people who don't know what they're doing, right? Because that's what could create a lot of problems.
Thank you for watching. If you're enjoying this video and want to see more, head over to www.bds.ac, our interactive video e-learning platform. With BDS Academy, you can learn to drive online from the comfort of your home at your own pace, saving you both time and money. So, what are you waiting for? Visit www.bds.ac today. We'll see you there.